Welcome, deep divers. When you hear star-crossed lovers, your mind probably jumps straight to one story, right?
Romeo and Juliet. Absolutely iconic.
Exactly. So today we're doing a deep dive into this classic tragedy. We're using excerpts from the Project Gutenberg ebook, and our mission really is to guide you through the core story pretty swiftly. You know, hit the main narrative points, the surprising bits, and really get into the why behind that famous ending.
Yeah, it's more than just a plot summary. It's about hitting those key moments that make the story stick.
And what's amazing is how Shakespeare basically tells you the ending right at the start.
Right. In the prologue, the chorus just lays it out.
Yeah.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life.
Whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. I mean, talk about spoilers.
It's incredible, isn't it? It sets up this immediate dramatic irony. You know what's coming.
So the suspense isn't what happens, but how? How do they end up there? What does giving away the ending like that tell us about what Shakespeare wanted us, the audience, to focus on?
Well, I think it shifts your focus completely. Instead of what's next, you're watching how it all inevitably unfolds. You see the choices, the forces pushing them, the bad luck.
You become a witness to fate, almost.
Exactly, a fate that's already been announced. It makes you look closer at every step they take towards that doom.
Okay, so let's unpack that journey. Act 1, we're dropped right into fair Verona. And this ancient grudge between the Montagues and Capulets. It's not just background noise, is it?
Not at all. It's everything. It's the air they breathe, and you see that hatred immediately.
Yeah, that street brawl. Starts with the servants, Samson and Gregory, Abram and Balthazar.
And Samson literally bites his thumb at them. It's such a petty, almost childish gesture, but it shows how deep this runs even among the servants.
Then Benvolio tries to break it up, but Tybalt, he's just looking for a fight.
Right. Oh yeah, Tybalt, Juliet's cousin. He's fiery. He jumps right in. It escalates fast.
Until the Prince Aeschylus, has to step in. He's clearly had enough.
He lays down the law. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace.
A death sentence for fighting in the street. High stakes, but as we know.
A warning that doesn't quite stick, unfortunately.
So, amidst all this chaos, where's Romeo?
Well, Romeo Montague is off somewhere else entirely. He's lovesick, moping about a woman named Rosalind.
Who we never even meet.
Exactly. She never appears. He's withdrawn, very dramatic about it all.
It sets up his character, though, doesn't it? Romantic, maybe a bit flighty at first.
Definitely impulsive. And then comes this twist of fate. Lord Capulet's throwing a feast.
Right, and his servant can't read the guest list.
So who does he ask for help? Romeo. Of all people. It's almost comical, but it's the pivot point.
Because Romeo sees Rosalind's name. Or thinks he might see her there.
He sees the list, Rosalind's on it, and decides he has to crash this Capulet party, purely to see her.
Okay, so while Romeo's planning his party crashing, we meet Juliet.
Yes, Juliet Capulet. She's not even 14 yet. And we get her nurse. Oh, the nurse.
She's quite a character. Rambling, affectionate.
A bit bawdy, definitely. Telling stories about weaning Juliet with wormwood, the earthquake, her husband's crude jokes. It makes Juliet feel very real, very grounded before all the high romance kicks in.
And her mother, Lady Capulet, she's pushing Juliet to marry County Paris, calls him a man of wax.
The perfect match, supposedly. But Juliet's hesitant. She says, I'll look to like if looking liking move.
But no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly. She's surprisingly practical for her age, isn't she? She'll check him out, but no promises.
She definitely has her own mind. Meanwhile, Romeo's heading to the feast with Mercutio and Benvolio.
And Mercutio launches into that wild Queen Mab speech.
Which seems like this bizarre tangent, right? All about a fairy midwife delivering dreams.
Yeah, dreams of lovers, lawyers, soldiers. It gets pretty dark, actually.
It does, and it's not just filler. It's this chaotic exploration of desire, how dreams and fantasies can drive people, maybe even destructively. It subtly foreshadows the intensity and danger of the passion Romeo's about to fall into.
And Romeo himself feels uneasy, doesn't he? He has this premonition.
A really strong one. I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars. He feels like this night will trigger something awful, leading to untimely death.
Chilling. Echoes of the prologue again. Fate or just anxiety.
It hangs there, that question, but then he walks in, sees Juliet.
And it's like a lightning strike. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. Rosalind who?
Completely forgotten. It's instant. Their first conversation is actually a sonnet they built together.
Wow. So clever. And it ends with a kiss.
A kiss. But then reality crashes in. The nurse tells Romeo who Juliet is.
Her mother is the lady of the house, a Capulet.
And Juliet asks the nurse about Romeo.
Finds out he's a Montague.
Yeah.
My only love sprung from my only hate.
Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Bam. The central conflict is locked in. Love born from hate, an impossible situation.
Which takes us right into Act 2. The chorus pops up again, basically saying, yeah, Romeo's old crush is history.
Right. It's all about Juliet now, but look at the family problems. Huge obstacles, setting the scene for secrets.
And the most famous secret meeting place in literature, the balcony scene.
Well, technically she's at her window, but yes, the balcony scene, Romeo climbs into the Capulet orchard.
Stay away.
Nope. And he hears Juliet talking to herself. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Deny thy father and refuse thy name. She's asking why he has to be that Romeo, a Montague, questioning if a name should have so much power.
It's the core of their problem, isn't it? Just a name. She says she'll stop being a Capulet if he swears he loves her.
They exchange these incredibly passionate vows right there.
Yeah.
And decide to get married. Just like that.
Just like that. In secret, it's incredibly fast. Romeo rushes off to find Friar Lawrence.
The friar must think he's lost his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he just crying over Rosaline yesterday?
Huh, pretty much. The friar calls him out on it. For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
He sees Romeo's tendency towards intense infatuation.
But he agrees to marry them anyway. Why?
It's a calculated risk. He hopes, perhaps naively, that their marriage might be the thing to finally end the feud. Turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Noble goal, dangerous method.
Very. So the plan is set. Meanwhile, Mercutio and Benvolio are still wondering where Romeo is. They don't know about Juliet.
And Tybalt's still mad about the party crashing. He sends a challenge to Romeo.
Yep, things are escalating outside their little love bubble. The nurse acts as the go-between.
Of course. She meets Romeo, gets the wedding details sorted. Friar Lawrence's cell that afternoon, rope ladder for later.
The practicalities of secret love. And then they do it. They get married.
Secretly married by Friar Lawrence. But even the friar sounds worried. Deeply. His words are so ominous. These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume.
Wow. Fire and powder, kiss and consume.
He warns them. Love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Basically, slow down.
No.
They don't.
Which brings us crashing into Act 3, the turning point. Everything changes here.
Absolutely. It starts with Tybalt finding Romeo on the street. He's still furious about the party.
But Romeo's just married Juliet.
Yeah.
Tybalt is now technically his cousin-in-law.
Right. So Romeo tries to de-escalate. He says things like he loves Tybalt better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. He can't explain why, but he won't fight him.
Which just looks like cowardice to Mercutio.
Exactly. Mercutio can't stand it. He calls it dishonorable, vile submission and steps in to fight Tybalt himself.
This is where it goes wrong. Horribly wrong.
Romeo tries to break them up, steps between them, and Tybalt reaches under Romeo's arm and stabs Mercutio.
No.
Mercutio falls. And his dying words, a plague of both your houses.
That curse. It just hangs over everything that follows.
It really does. Romeo, who is trying to keep the peace, is now consumed by grief and rage. He snaps.
He goes after Tybalt.
And kills him. Just like that, the peace is shattered, Tybalt is dead, and Romeo is a killer.
So the prince's decree comes back into play. What's the punishment?
The prince arrives. Here's what happened. Instead of death, which he threatened, he banishes Romeo from Verona. Forever.
A dear mercy, the prince calls it. But for Romeo.
It's worse than death. Banishment means separation from Juliet. He's inconsolable.
And Juliet? How does she find out?
The nurse brings the news. But it's all confused. Someone's dead, Romeo's involved. Initially, Juliet thinks Romeo is dead.
Oh, the agony. Then she gets the real story. Tybalt dead. Romeo banished.
Yes, and her grief for Romeo's banishment quickly overshadows her sorrow for Tybalt. Her loyalty is clear.
Romeo, meanwhile, is hiding out with Friar Lawrence.
Yeah.
And he's not handling banishment well.
Not at all. He's on the floor, weeping, actually tries to stab himself when he hears the sentence.
Friar Lawrence has to talk him down, basically. Comes up with another plan.
Another plan, yes. Go see Juliet tonight, comfort her, consummate the marriage, then flee to Mantua before sunrise.
And wait there.
Wait there while the friar works behind the scenes, reveals the marriage at the right time, reconciles the families, gets a pardon from the prince. Then Romeo can return.
It sounds complicated. A lot has to go right.
Extremely complicated. And then another complication gets thrown in.
Lord Capulet.
Lord Capulet. He sees Juliet weeping, assumes it's all for Tybalt. wants to cheer her up
Wow!
by marrying her off to County Paris on Thursday. He decides this impulsively, thinking it'll cure her grief.
Oh, the dramatic irony is painful. He has no idea.
None.
Oh.
So Romeo and Juliet have their one wedding night together, but it's shadowed by the morning.
The lark versus the nightingale debate. Is it dawn yet? They don't want to separate.
It's heartbreaking. And as Romeo leaves, Juliet has this terrible vision. Methinks I see thee now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb.
Chills. Just chills. And then her mother comes in with the good news.
About the wedding to Paris. On Thursday, Juliet refuses. Flat out.
Which does not go over well with Lord Capulet.
Not at all. He explodes, threatens to disown her, throw her out on the street. It's brutal.
So Juliet feels completely trapped. Where's the nurse in all this?
Yeah.
Her confidant.
This is maybe the biggest betrayal for Juliet, the nurse tells her. Maybe she should just marry Paris. He's lovely. Romeo's banished, as good as dead. Compared to Paris, Romeo's a dishclout.
Wow, after everything.
Juliet feels utterly alone, betrayed. She pretends to agree, but secretly decides. Friar Lawrence is her last hope. If he can't help, she'll die.
Which leads us straight into the desperation of Act 4. Juliet goes to the friar.
Knife in hand, ready to end it if she's forced to marry Paris.
The pressure is immense, so the friar comes up with the potion plan.
His most desperate gamble yet. Okay, here's the plan. Juliet must pretend to agree to marry Paris. Then, the night before the wedding, she drinks a vial the friar gives her. It contains a potion that will make her seem dead. Cold, no pulse, no breath. For exactly 42 hours.
42 hours. She'll look dead, but she's not.
Exactly. She'll be placed in the Capulet family tomb. Meanwhile, the friar will send word to Romeo in Mantua.
Explaining everything.
Right. Romeo will come back, be there in the tomb when Juliet wakes up, and they'll escape together to Mantua. For real this time.
So many things could go wrong. The timing has to be perfect. The message has to get through.
It's incredibly risky. And then, another snag. Human impulsiveness strikes again.
Lord Capulet.
Lord Capulet. Juliet goes home, apologizes, agrees to marry Paris. He's so overjoyed, so relieved.
What does he do?
He moves the wedding up a day. From Thursday to Wednesday.
No. That messes up the friar's timeline completely.
Critically. Juliet now has to take the potion tonight. It throws the whole fragile plan into chaos.
So that night, Juliet's in her room, sends her mother and the nurse away.
She has the vial. But she's terrified, understandably.
What if it doesn't work? What if it's actually poison the friar gave her to cover his own tracks?
What if she wakes up too early, alone in the tomb, with the bones of her ancestors, with Tybalt's body festering nearby? She nearly goes mad just thinking about it.
But she does it.
She does. For Romeo, she drinks the potion, calling his name.
And the next morning, Wednesday morning, the new wedding day.
The nurse comes to wake her up, tries to rouse her for the wedding, finds her cold, seemingly lifeless, dead.
Chaos ensues. The family, Paris, they're all grieving. The friar arrives too, right?
Yes, playing his part, consoling them, lamenting this untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. He directs them to prepare her for burial in the family tomb.
According to plan, sort of. But the timing is already off. Which leads us to Act 5, the climax.
And it's all about miscommunication and terrible timing. Romeo's in Mantua. He actually has a dream, a good one for a change.
What does he dream?
That Juliet found him dead but revived him with kisses. A tragically ironic bit of false hope.
Because then
His servant, Balthazar, arrives. Balthazar saw Juliet being put in the tomb. He doesn't know about the potion plan. He just knows she looked dead.
So he tells Romeo, Juliet is dead.
Yes. He delivers the news. Juliet is dead and buried in the Capulet vault. The crucial information is missing.
What about Friar Lawrence's message? The letter explaining everything.
It never arrived. Friar John, the messenger, got quarantined. There was plague scare in a house he visited.
Quarantined. Oh, the worst luck.
Exactly. He tells Friar Lawrence. The searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. He couldn't deliver the letter or get word back.
So Romeo only gets the news of her death, not the plan.
Right. And he believes it completely. His reaction. Then I defy you, stars. He decides to take fate into his own hands.
Ow.
He finds a poor apothecary and buys a fast-acting lethal poison. His plan is now to return to Verona and die beside Juliet in the tomb.
He's going back to Verona, to the tomb.
Yes. Meanwhile, Paris is also at the tomb. Mourning Juliet, scattering flowers.
So Paris is there when Romeo arrives.
Yes. Romeo arrives, telling Balthazar he's just there to get a ring from Juliet's finger, but secretly intending to die. Paris sees him breaking into the Capulet monument.
And assumes the worst, that this Montague is here to desecrate the bodies.
Exactly. Paris confronts Romeo. They fight.
And Romeo kills Paris. Another death.
Yes. Romeo didn't even realize who it was until after. He feels pity, recognizes him as another victim of circumstance, and lays him inside the tomb near Juliet.
Then Romeo sees Juliet.
And he gives this incredibly moving final speech. He marvels at how beautiful she still looks. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there.
He doesn't realize it's because she's not actually dead. The potion is wearing off.
The irony is unbearable. He thinks death is keeping her beautiful for him. He drinks the poison, a final kiss, and dies.
Just moments too soon. Because Friar Lawrence finally arrives.
He gets there just as Juliet starts to wake up, finds Romeo dead, Paris dead.
And Juliet waking up to that.
The friar tries to get her to leave quickly, come with him, hide in a sisterhood of nuns. But Juliet sees Romeo, sees the empty vial.
She won't leave him.
No. She tries to kiss poison from his lips, finds none left, then she sees his dagger.
Oh, happy dagger.
This is thy sheath. She stabs herself and
And
dies on Romeo's body.
it's just devastating. The timing, the missed chances.
Utterly devastating. Then the watch arrives, finds the bodies. The prince comes, the Capulets. Lord Montague, Lady Montague has died offstage from grief over Romeo's banishment already.
So much loss.
Yeah.
Does the truth come out?
Yes. Friar Lawrence confesses everything. The secret marriage, the potion, the undelivered letter. Balthazar has Romeo's suicide letter, which confirms the story. Paris's page confirms the fight.
And the reaction.
The prince sums it up. All are punished. He's lost kinsmen too, Mercutio and Paris. And finally,
The families reconcile.
yes, over the bodies of their children. Capulet and Montague take hands. They promise to erect gold statues in their honor. Capulet says, as rich shall Romeo's by his ladies lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
Peace. But bought at such an unthinkable cost.
A glooming peace, as the prince calls it in the final lines. The sun for sorrow will not show his head.
Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
The classic ending.
So, thinking back on that prologue, heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. It really feels like their love, as beautiful as it was, became the very weapon used against them by fate, by hate, by chance.
Absolutely. And knowing the end from the start makes you focus on every missed opportunity, every rash decision, every bit of bad luck.
It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? If just one thing had gone differently if the letter arrived, if Tybalt hadn't been there, if they just waited a day, could their love have survived? It's the question that keeps the play so powerful, even now.